Ceramics Bee. It is... Do you miss that sound? It's Thursday, February 18th, and I'm going to show you the very quick demo that you need to know about today if you've been staying on pace with our mug project. If you remember the steps you've already gone through, and maybe the steps you still need to do, I don't know. You built the body of your mug by cutting apart a plastic cup, laying it flat, making a slab, and tracing it. Then you cut a bevel and wrapped that slab around and scored and slipped where the bevel was. You scored and slipped on a bottom. You cleaned all that up. You let it get leather hard. You pulled a handle, and then you let that handle get leather hard, and then you slipped and scored that to your mug, and you wrapped a little tiny coil around the two connection points and melded that tiny coil so that handle was really, really strong. And then you smoothed all that up. And then we get to the point where we were at yesterday when we added the paper masked design. So you cut up bits of paper, or you will cut up bits of paper, notebook paper, computer paper. Computer paper is better, it's tougher. You cut up bits of paper and you got them wet and you stuck them down real tight to the surface of your mug. You used a sponge to really bond it on there so there's no little wrinkles, nowhere where the engobe could slip underneath it. And then once that paper was stuck down tight, you painted your engobe on top of it. And you could paint your engobe just on the outside. You could paint it to the inside if you wanted also. You could paint the bottom if you wanted also. But the main part it needed to be was around the body of the mug, where your design is. So today is the day where you get to peel the paper off and to actually see your design. So this is the third time I've recorded this video, and the first two didn't work for some reason, so fingers crossed this video actually works. And I'm telling you that because I've already taken all the paper off my mugs in my two previous demos that I did, so I'm just going to show you the end result, and I'm going to talk about how I did it. So here's one of the mugs that you saw me do. This was made by little strips of paper being stuck down tight. I painted black engobe between those little strips of paper, and then I peeled them off, and now you can see the nice crisp design that I have. Now you can also maybe see that there's pink in between the design. The paper that I used was orange, and for some reason it printed pink ink onto my clay. Now the good news is that that will burn off in the kiln, and it'll be all nice and bright and white. So that is one of the mugs that I worked on with the paper masking. Here's the lava lamp mug that you saw me do, and one of the tricks that I have for you on this mug, it was kind of hard for me to find where the paper was to be able to peel it off, because the engobe that I painted over it kind of thickly, and when it got leather hard, the paper and the engobe were kind of the same color. So here's a trick. If you can't find where you put your paper, point a hairdryer at it or a fan at it, and the paper will dry out faster than the clay, and the paper areas will lighten up really, really well. So it'll tell you where they are. And then to peel those paper pieces off, I kind of think there's a paper piece right here, but I don't know for sure, and I don't have a hairdryer around, and I'm not just going to randomly stab in there to try and get it off, but I'm going to go back and see if there is maybe, in fact, ooh, you know what? Maybe I will be risky, because doesn't it look like there's a lighter circle right there? Oh my goodness, what is happening? Is it going to be paper? It's not. Oops. I just made some little marks in my clay. I'll paint over it, no big deal. So basically, wherever those paper pieces are, use a toothpick, because that'll take the place of your needle tool, and from the side, just try and lift as gently as you can to lift the edge of that paper, and then you can use your fingers to peel it off the rest of the way. If your paper doesn't come off in one nice piece, don't worry about it. Just use your toothpick to get it, until you can get all that paper off of there. I already took the paper off of here, and you can see again, for some reason, the orange paper that I used left pink ink on my pot. So again, this will fire to be white. And so there were some areas where the engobe kind of squished under the paper because I hadn't pushed the paper down all the way. So for cases like that, just use your toothpick and just scrape off that little area where the engobe gushed underneath, and it'll come off really easily because it's just on the surface. So you'll be able to scratch it off really easily. So once you've peeled all your paper off and you've fixed all the little areas where the engobe maybe went where you didn't want it to go, take your toothpick one more time, scratch your initials and your hour number in the bottom of your mug, and that's really your last step. So this is due tomorrow, this is due Friday, but if you finish it today and want to record your 360-degree video today, where you show me all the sides really, really slowly, and you show me the top view, and you show me the bottom view, and that lasts for about 30 seconds, and oh, this is a new one. Make sure you're recording your video with your camera in landscape mode. So it's the long way, this way. When I'm viewing that, after you turn it in, I see your project better if you record in landscape mode instead of portrait mode. So horizontal instead of vertical. If you can remember putting your camera in horizontal mode, that would be really, really helpful. I would appreciate that. And remember to have good lighting and be close enough to the screen where I can see your details and see your name on the bottom, etc. Just shoot a good video, at least 30 seconds long, and you can turn that in today if you want to be done early. Or if you need today to get caught up, do this paper removal tomorrow, because the project isn't due until tomorrow at 10 p.m. So I'm giving you kind of a little extra wiggle room today for those of you who are behind. So in addition to recording the video and submitting the video of your mug, remember there is an artist's statement, which is an important part of being an artist, reflecting and writing about your work. I've provided a prompt for you, so copy and paste that into a Word document, and then just write your own paragraph based on the things I've given you in the prompt, and then submit that for 20 points by 10 p.m. tomorrow. That's kind of the synopsis for today. So you're playing catch up today, or you are removing your paper and finishing today, okay? But it's not due till tomorrow. We will start a new project on Monday. It'll be our last project that we will start on Monday. And so that last project will be the candle holder or incense holder or jewelry box. It's basically going to be a jar with a lid. So you can decide what you want it to be. So we'll start that on Monday. So I want you to be done with your mug by Friday, please, so that you can start with a fresh, clean slate for our last project on Monday. So message me if you have any questions. Things look like they're going well so far in the assignments that I've graded so far. The one thing that I've noticed on like some of the previous steps with this project, I've noticed some of the handles that have been put on mugs are not pulled handles. I can tell the difference. I've been making pulled handles and looking at pulled handles for 20 years. So I know a pulled handle when I see one. So if your clay is still leather hard and you didn't use a pulled handle, and if you feel like you can safely do it, cut off that fake handle and make a real pulled handle. Watch Tuesday's video as a reminder if you don't remember, and then get that pulled handle on there, because that is one of the things I am going to be looking for. Right? If it's too late, if you already added your end gobe and you're kind of beyond the step where you can replace the handle, then just leave it. It is what it is. You'll lose some points, but I would rather have you have an intact mug. Okay, so that's it. Good luck. Message me if you have any questions. Bye.